Hello everyone, Mario DC Extinction Wrestlers here, and today we have a WWE matchup for once. As I do another like who would win, but with WWE superstars. And today we have Shawn Michaels versus Dean Ambrose. Now, yes, I know Dean Ambrose isn't in WWE anymore, but ignore all that. Let's just pretend he's still with the company, and let's just pretend he's still in a match with Shawn Michaels. But who would win, Dean Ambrose or Shawn Michaels? Now, just for full disclosure, I had to watch. Just now, I watched a few of Dean Ambrose's matches, mostly with Sheamus, because I think that's a good comparison between Sheamus and Shawn Michaels. They both have a kick as their finisher with the sweet chin music for Shawn Michaels and the bro kick for Sheamus. And I have seen his compilation where his United States Championship ring. But yeah. And I know a lot about Shawn Michaels. I've seen some of his matches. I don't need to do all that. So yeah, let's debate who would win, Dean Ambrose or Shawn Michaels. Now, for this matchup, if I had to take a guess on who's stronger, I'd say they're pretty even. I've seen what Shawn can do. I've seen what Dean can do. I think they seem to be pretty even in terms of strength, with the speed going towards Shawn Michaels. The reason I'm giving Shawn Michaels speed is because he's much more known to be faster. He's actually at agility. His agility is much more impressive than Dean Ambrose. He's also been known for in WrestleMania 10 with his match with Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental Championship. He even did some of the ladder stunts as well. He's just been much more known to be high flyer. If this was Seth Rollins versus Shawn Michaels, I would probably say that they would be even in terms of speed. But this is Dean Ambrose, and if you watch Dean Ambrose's matches, he's not really known for being the fastest out of the Shield. And I've seen durability. I'm going to give it to Shawn. And it's not because, Ambrose became a top star in WWE during the PG era. No, a lot of his matches were really, really brutal and gruesome. Especially in 2014 with Seth Rollins. A lot of the fights were gruesome. They weren't necessarily bloody, but the reason I'm giving Shawn is not because, they didn't know, is because he's actually been through way more. I mean, this guy has fought in a Hell in a Cell match, ladder match, steel cage match, in a 3 stages of hell match, elimination chamber match, whereas Dean Ambrose has fought in Hell in a Cell, steel cage, few TLC here and there. Trying to think of something else. But you get my point. Shawn has just fought in way more actual destructive matches, like the Hell in a Cell. And if you've seen that, the bumps he took in that matchup against The Undertaker alone, yeah, Dean Ambrose has taken similar. But then you also got to add the Elimination Chamber, the steel cages, the ladder matches. So Shawn has just been through way more than Dean Ambrose has. That's why I'm going to give the durability edge to Shawn Michaels. So overall, I'd say Shawn is physically superior. They're even in terms of strength. That's the only one I was I thought more about it. I think they're just even. Speed, Shawn is much faster. If you actually watch the matches, Dean Ambrose is fast, but not as fast as Shawn. And like I just said just now, Shawn is just way more durable. He's actually fought in multiple destructive matches that can really kill a person. So that's why Shawn is physically superior. Who's also the more intelligent in the ring? Now, by this isn't like Marvel and DC where, we gotta figure out which guy's smarter out of the two. In this case, when it comes to intelligence, it has to be who actually can beat an opponent relatively easier. This is a really close matchup, but I think in terms of like intelligence and knowledge in the ring, I'd probably have to say, it's a really tough one because Dean is known to be crazy in the ring, not outside the ring, to a point where he has no real knowledge. And if you know tons of crazy people, yes, they're very knowledgeable, but some aren't. And they tried to make like Dean, he's like this lunatic fringe, as they like to call him, as he's actually known. Gonna have to probably give the edge to maybe Dean Ambrose, just because if you know like serial killers documentaries and all that, they're actually very well known to be very, very intelligent. So I think, so since they try to make Dean Ambrose kind of like a lunatic, lunatics tend to be intelligent. Just look at the Joker in the DC universe. He's very, very intelligent. So I'd say Shawn, while very intelligent in the ring, I'd say Dean Ambrose is more intelligent because of the craziness. Again, I know it's scripted, but that's kind of like the point of what I'm trying to say. Alright. Now, I try to watch a few matches where Dean Ambrose actually wins a match with like no interference, no DQ, no countouts, no ref stoppage, and he's actually won a match with like no one around and just him and his opponent or the ref. And I looked at like that United States Championship reign, where that compilation where it shows how the many times from when he wanted to when he lost and the title defenses. I tried to actually watch matches where he actually beat his opponent, and from what I was able to determine, very rarely does that often happen. Means more often he wins or loses from DQs, countouts, interference, or assistance. Whereas if you watch Shawn Michaels in some of his matches, that rarely happened. You know, in his WrestleMania 10 match with Diesel, with Razor Ramon, yes, he had assistance from Diesel, but at a certain point, Diesel even got ejected from the ring. If you watch his matches with Triple H in 2002, yes, he had yes, there was assistance. There was probably a lot of that stuff, but usually came from Triple H's stuff. But if you watch it like his matches with The Undertaker, like WrestleMania 25 and 26, yeah, Shawn, even though he lost, he still managed to fight Undertaker with no help. Even Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart, WrestleMania 12, you know, he was able to beat Bret Hart, and there was no assistance, no help at all. Give me a sense that, yeah, even with Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels was able to actually hold his own against Hulk Hogan. Yes, even though he lost against Hulk Hogan, he still managed to beat him, or at least held his own, not beat him, held his own, with no help. No assistance, no interference, no, none of that. Now, I'm not saying Dean Ambrose is a bad fighter. I'm not saying that. It's just that if you lose more matches with the fact that with interference, DQ, countouts, or any of that. Like, I've been reading some comments where people says like has got to be one of the worst United States champions of all time because of the fact that he almost lost half the matches. And giving me a sense that, well, Dean is a pretty tough opponent. He's not. I don't think he's I don't want to say like he's incapable, but in this kind of a fight where he's battling Shawn Michaels, I have to give the victory to Shawn Michaels. I think Shawn Michaels is just way more skilled, way stronger, well, no, way faster, way more durable. Like I said, they're even in terms of strength. I think they're pretty close when it comes to strength because, I mean, they don't really use the strength feats for, like, anything crazy. For instance, if this was, like, Braun Strowman, then strength fetch obviously goes to Braun Strowman, but this is Shawn Michaels. And Shawn, while he has a lot of strength feats, I don't think he has that many that are, like, super impressive. And I think with strength here comes from more when it comes to, like, striking and all that. Because of the fact that these guys aren't really known for being tough, or they're massive known of strength, unlike, say, Braun Strowman or Mark Henry. And so, yeah, Shawn Michaels will win. I try to find an argument for Dean Ambrose, but I just can't. And it's also important to know that I think out of the three members of the Shield, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose, I'd say he's probably the weakest out of the three of them. You know, he's lost multiple matches. He's lost multiple matches. He usually wins or loses by DQ or countouts, so automatically not a good sign. He's also the one who, out of the three, often gets injured, at least in WWE. I'm not sure it was kayfabe or real. But yeah. He's also kind of known to, like, also, like I said earlier, he just usually gets assistance. With Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, no, you almost rarely saw that. Yes, Roman lost a lot of matches, but if you actually watch Roman Reigns matches, like in 2014 Roman Reigns was almost unbeatable. Seth Rollins kind of had that same momentum, but less to an extent. So, there's who I think would win. Between Shawn Michaels, Dean Ambrose, I think Shawn will probably destroy Dean Ambrose. But let me know who you think would win between Shawn Michaels and Dean Ambrose in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.